How do you put some fun into a historic Victorian home?
We don't want it to be a museum.
Can our experts give this playful couple what they want?
Nothing normal. We're not normal people.
Stay tuned. Welcome to Designer's Challenge. I'm Chris Harrison. Besides cable cars, the Golden Gate Bridge, and Fisherman's Wharf, San Francisco is also known for its great Victorian neighborhoods. Not long ago, Tim and Ann Simon moved into this historic 1896 property with plans to renovate the entire space. For the past 30 years, it's served as offices, so turning this 9-bedroom diamond in the rough back into a jewel of a home is a big job.
When it first came on the market, I called my wife and said, there's this great house downtown. Let's go look at it. The house was built in 1896 by a very successful gold miner.
This house is a classic Queen Anne, which is a style of Victorian.
In the house with us is our son Ben and our daughter Sabrina. We chose to live in this area of San Francisco because it's so convenient. It's the perfect place to live if you want the combination of downtown San Francisco and Pacific Heights residential area.
I think we'll live in this house till we die. That's a pretty good way to put it. One of my favorite rooms in the house is the kitchen. Because it's been law offices for the last 30 years, there isn't a kitchen in it at all. And with the 100 or so restaurants within walking distance, I could not cook the rest of my life and be very happy. And this is my kitchen, all of it. 2 gas burners, microwave, toaster oven, and a sink, what every modern woman wants.
A more sentimental spot features a large stained glass window that's original to the house.
It's our hope that someday our daughter Sabrina will get married on this stairway.
Our fear with this house is that if you did everything Victorian, everything period, it wouldn't be fun to live in.
With 9 bedrooms and space to spare, Ann and Tim want to create 3 playrooms, one to suit each member of the family.
This room is going to be the teenage playroom.
This is an old office. Nothing in this room stays. I thought originally of sort of like a 50s diner.
No, that's been your dream all along.
Oh yeah, I forgot. We don't really know what we need here.
Place where kids want to come and hang out.
Yeah,
have fun.
It's different, something
relax,
fun. Let's go there.
And feel comfortable, not feel like it's their parents' house. This used to be a bedroom, and we'd like to make it Sabrina's rainy day playroom. It has one of the original marble sinks, which we absolutely adore. We think they're wonderful. We'd like to see a castle or something coming off the walls. We want something colorful, fun, maybe a painting.
Something that encourages kids to get involved in this room as opposed to just sit there and do the normal little simple things. Give them something more creative. In this room, we're gonna have a playroom for the adults. It has to be a fun place to come where you'd sit and say, yeah, I just like being up here. Also, we're close enough to the kids, so when they're in their room, we can hear what's going on. If they're secretly plotting to overthrow us or something, we'll know ahead of time.
We really don't know what we want. We know we just don't want this.
Exactly.
To work on their playrooms, the couple has budgeted $75,000 for labor and materials. Several Bay Area designers have offered to lend their expertise. First is Philip Meyer of Philip J. Meyer Limited. A former antiques dealer, Philip specializes in classic design for Victorian homes.
San Francisco inspires me in many ways. In the challenges in that we generally work with a smaller square footage. The most baffling aspect of this job is the ceiling and the slopes, and yet those can be successfully incorporated into the design project.
Next is the design duo of Annie Bowman and Laura Larkin of Sunrise Home. The team has been collaborating for 10 years.
We have to respect what our clients can afford and work within that perimeter.
It doesn't mean that we won't push them.
The Simons project is quintessential San Francisco. Our challenge is to make that a home and make it a fun, beautiful space.
Last is Jeanese Rowell of Jeanese Rowell Design. Jeanese has her own line of custom furniture and more than 25 years experience.
The San Francisco Bay Area attracts and draws outstanding architects, craftsmen, and general contractors so that the team for any project is extraordinary. The Simon project is an extreme challenge. What I feel we can add to it will hopefully bring back the charm and an irresistible design.
When we come back, we'll see what the designers dream up for 3 very playful rooms. And later,
We cut a hole in it to put some lights in and said, gosh, that's beautiful.
The discovery of a hidden space throws the project for a loop. Between Chinatown and the Presidio, Coit Tower and North Beach, San Francisco is one of the most picturesque cities on the planet. It's here that Tim and Ann found their landmark Victorian home where they want to create 3 distinct playrooms. One for a toddler, one for a teenager, and one for mom and dad. Our local designers met with the couple and are now ready to share their ideas. Philip Meyer starts things off with 3 distinct designs that blend fun and fantasy.
The operative word for each room I want to show you today is play. In Ben's room, we were able to center a pool table, and it is shown with an optional top so that you can cover it and use it for other things. Various other things. One of the closets will be adapted as a refreshment center. And what we show here are pinball machines, so they also have that available to them. We have this vinylized orange fabric that we propose here, a lacquered tabletop in the same orange-red family, poppy fabric for the curtains, all set off by this black and white checkerboard carpet that would anchor the room. And taking a very classic mid-century modern chair, but we'll have it redone in the apple green leather.
The green chair will tie in nicely with the new walls, which Philip plans on covering with 2-tone wallpaper.
And now I'll look forward to showing you Sabrina's room. We have a bookcase adapted to look much like a castle.
Would there be room on top to maybe put like a twin-size bed?
Definitely these things can be adapted.
Across from the castle, Philip suggests adding a puppet theater and a game table near the marble sink.
Very cute. And the walls would be?
A combination of painted effects, just keeping it all very light and bright and cheerful.
That's great.
And in your room, the beautiful turret was of ample space to create a lovely banquette that could be used for a multitude of purposes, supplementing that with very traditional chairs that could also be distributed easily throughout the room. We did make an accommodation for television that would all be housed in the split ebonized bamboo, and we've added a wainscot in the room, which would be a material such as this, a natural woven material. The colors in the room, there'd be a few that pop, like this woven natural jute material, this one being a mohair velvet, and then the glamour and the glitz of the bronzed silk there. We've used a leopard carpet, and I happen to have that upstairs where we could go take a look. The carpet is a needlepoint carpet in 3 tones, and then the border is a tighter pattern of the same thing. It will look very custom and fitted, and I think plays off very nicely with the fabrics that I showed you downstairs.
Well, thank you, Philip, for the entire presentation. It was great.
I love the castle. It's gonna be so much fun.
I'm glad.
I love the leopard.
Next, Annie Bowman and Laura Larkin arrive with a focus on maintaining a visual continuity between the 3 rooms.
Each of the 3 rooms will be linked by the fact that we use the exact same carpet, but in 3 different color tones. So we're gonna start off with Sabrina's room.
So the main area will be a play table, and then we have chairs.
And the upholstered chairs will be in the green. The carpet is setting the tone for the palette in the room. We were gonna use the yellow on the walls. The table is gonna be the shrimp color.
We thought to open up this closet and put a little play kitchen. This little closet, we thought we'd have a little puppet theater. And then another little closet, which will be a hideout area. Over here is a long storage area that she can get into, and that would be in a blue, and this is what it looks like.
Moving into the adult game room, this would be a TV and bar. This is the TV credenza. And this would be a game table. But we want to have an extra top made so that if you're entertaining, you'll be able to bring the top up and add 2 more chairs. And then you'll have room to have a really fun game night.
Poker?
Yeah.
Do you really? Okay.
The designers would move the closet door to provide room for a sectional sofa.
So this would be the fabric for the sectional. We would do grass shades on your windows here.
Use the wall color out of the carpet so that everything is visually very connected.
It's great.
For Ben's room, Annie and Laura are mindful of a teen's needs.
We are picturing hanging sleeping bags, so there'll be art on the walls, but also at night, all they have to do is take
Pop
them
them down.
off the
They don't
wall
have to
and
roll
they'll
them
sleep
up.
in them. This is a really unique piece. It's wedges of upholstery, and they break apart. Everything in the room is mobile except for the built-in wall unit.
For the seating and window treatments, Annie and Laura have gone for durable, casual fabrics.
Let's show you what the fabrics will look like in the room.
We chose this because it won't show dirt. You could spill all over it.
And this is for the seating area. Feel the texture of that.
That's great.
Isn't that yummy?
I know Ben's gonna love this.
You guys have been a lot of fun.
Our last design comes from Jeanese Rowell, who includes custom-painted murals in all 3 rooms.
We will start with Sabrina's room. We've used soft tones, a turn-of-a-century theme.
The walls feature characters from popular children's storybooks.
From the floor plan, you can see where the daybed is situated, and we have a puppet stage. The center of the room has a craft table.
On the chairs around the craft table, is that going to be a slipcover?
It's a wood chair, and we offered the versatility of a slipcover.
Great.
This is Ben's room. It's a nautical theme. The walls gradate to deeper tones of blue to pull you up into the nautical chart, which will have optic fiber lighting. The room has many angles to it, which inspired the ships on the walls, counterbalanced by a very large, non-scary octopus. Right. We've given Ben a pool table in the middle of the room. Around it, we have given him a captain's bed. The seating in the room are very oversized beanbags. We stayed with the soft greens on the carpeting. Fabric-wise, we remained nautical. This is the sophisticated master game room. Starting from the ceiling, we've thrown some cards up, and they are cascading down on the side walls. The imagery is taken from the cards, and we took the laurel leaf design from a dollar bill.
Well, we put Anne's face on the Queen of Hearts.
Oh, yeah. The ceiling is exciting. It's a roulette wheel. The foundation for the imagery is done with a quick drying plaster. We did enhance the room with the crown molding. The furniture we kept in the deep mahogany tones as we did the crown molding. We tried to elaborate and enhance with our fabrics. Our soft beiges into amber tones and the reds and the greens.
It's beautiful. You did a great job. Thanks, Jeanese.
Thank you.
Now Tim and Ann have a week to decide which designer's work suits their sense of fun. When we come back, find out who they picked and see what happens when plans for one of the rooms get scrapped.
We're gonna actually change our plan.
Tim and Ann have spent the past 7 days deciding which designer best captured the lively spirit they want to instill in their family's playrooms. Now it's time for the couple to tip their hand.
We loved all 3 of them. They all had great designs. In the end, we picked Jeanese because we really liked the art painting that she picked. It was phenomenal.
The detail was amazing. We had to.
You know, the artwork's going to be the key to these 3 rooms.
But the work barely gets started before the project takes a major shift in direction.
Actually, we changed the room. Instead of Ben's game room, we're making it into his bedroom because the idea and concepts fit better in this room.
To get a break from the mess, Jeanese takes Tim and Ann to meet the mural artist and the carpenter and see examples of their work in another client's home.
Let's go on in. And here actually is Thad, my partner, Thad Warren.
Thad, nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you, Ann.
Hi, Thad. I'm Tim.
How are you? Nice
And
meeting
this is Dennis, who's done the woodwork
Nice
on
to
the
meet you.
Hi,
airplanes
Dennis.
here.
Dennis, great. Nice to see you.
Looks great.
Thank you.
Really neat, really interesting. Definitely a little boy's room. This is great.
Be interested to see how we could work this into something nautical for Ben.
We kind of looked at the board. Our personal feeling was that the light blue was a little bit too young for him. I mean, he's 13, going on God knows what.
We can certainly work with you and come up with a more appropriate color scheme.
Also, we have a sailboat called Pegasus. So maybe we could incorporate like a Pegasus.
That would be fantastic.
Very fun idea, almost like a ship's head.
Perhaps we do a Pegasus instead of the octopus. I mean, that could
I
work.
like that, yeah.
And Thad, you may want to talk about the ceiling.
We're going to do a map, sort of a nautical old world map. So what we've done in PJ's room are optic fibers. Usually they're done as stars.
Nothing's like being out the ocean at night and seeing all the stars up above where they're so clear.
I just think this will work out much better in his bedroom than a playroom. I mean, I just think it's more of a bedroom feel to it.
Now, do you see incorporating Dennis's woodworking, the cutouts in Ben's room, or more, did you have an idea of something like that?
Well,
Ian's
to
always
be
had.
honest, I want a castle. I really want a castle for Sabrina's room. Is there a way that we could incorporate their artwork and make it a little girl's fantasy land?
Yeah, I don't think there'd be any problem.
The ideas are really starting to come together now. That makes it a lot more fun.
The fun doesn't stop there. With the discovery of the hidden loft, Jeanese has to go back to the drawing board. Instead of creating a playroom for Ben, she's got to come up with a bedroom for him. Not everything is going according to plan back at the house either.
We were supposed to have the windows a month ago.
Will Tim and Ann keep their sense of humor despite the delays? The final results are just ahead. Tim and Ann's project was all but a blank canvas for designer Jeanese Rowell, who was challenged to create 3 individual playrooms, one for a teenage boy, one for a little girl, and one for mom and dad. Working with a budget of $75,000, she centered her designs for all 3 rooms around murals tailored to each space. Along the way, the couple decided to do their son's bedroom instead of his playroom, and there were some other changes as well.
And we just changed the colors a little bit. Originally it was all to be blues and shades of blue. And we thought for a teenage boy, browns and tans and creams and greens would be a better choice.
And not everything went as smoothly as expected.
We've had a few surprises, some good, some not so good.
But after 6 long months, the work on this historic mansion is finally complete.
The one thing we learned is the key to any process like this is you've got to have a plan at the beginning.
And a sense of humor. Anytime you do anything in your home, it's difficult. And if you can laugh and have fun with it, make the best of it, it's great. The rooms in the end turned out fabulous.
We're happy it's over, but it's great.
You know, this room turned out great, Jeanese. It really looks great.
Thank you, Ann.
Yeah, I'm really happy we made the decision to switch from the playroom to have Jeanese do this room.
And Thad picked up the theme of our sailboat, which is the Pegasus.
Right.
Ben's a sailor, so it really does pick up on who Ben is, and that's really, really important.
Jeanese stained the desk area to match the furniture, which the couple found at a local antique store.
I know Tim was a little bit afraid, weren't you, of the lights?
Yeah, I was afraid it might look a little bit too young for him, but it's great, and I know he loves it a lot.
The meridian lines travel down the walls, masking the room's unusual angles.
The thing I love the most is the loft up there, which came totally by accident in that the workers were cutting a hole in the ceiling to see about placing lights, and Ann stuck her head up there and saw the inside of that loft and said, oh my gosh, we've got to do this. So we put the ladder and the railing up, and it's a fantastic additional space to Ben's room now. Well, as great as this room looks for a teenage boy, I think Sabrina's room looks fabulous for a little girl. I love it. I mean, it's exactly what I was hoping for.
The detail is what makes this room spectacular.
Well, these are all representations of the turn of the century illustrators, which is certainly fitting into the house.
Thad and Christelle did an incredible job making everything blend together. But I also love what they did with my father's table. It was made for my dad when he was a little boy, and now Sabrina will get to use it, and it's just wonderful. And this chair, I think, is going to work out great, Jeanese, because Sabrina's favorite thing is to read. And then when she's done reading, then we can run over here and we can play in, this is so cool because it opens up and you can play with the puppets, and it'll just be so much fun.
Right, and the upper deck for, for curling
for
up.
napping.
It's amazing. It feels like you're really walking into some kind of wonderland.
You know, as great as this turned out, I think our game room is going to be even more fun.
This is my room. This is the one I love the best of all three.
It's all about Tim. You know what I think is really fun in this room is they've taken a vintage deck of cards and used the bases on them for our faces. There's King Tim, Queen Anne, Ben's the Jack, and Sabrina's the Ace of Hearts. And it's just so fun.
One of my favorite things here is the roulette wheel up in the center of the turret. It sure sets the tone for the room that it's fun. It's something different. And with the card table and the windows with the view, and I love the draperies on there.
Well, we tasseled them to give them the old feeling, and the chandelier, which was in the dining room, I think fits perfectly.
Well, in the entertainment center, I mean, that's just really amazing because you were able to take the same feel from the drapery and give it an old theater feel where it pulls up and it's very dramatic, like we're in a theater. And
it's certainly unique. I don't think you'll ever see another room like this.
No.
It's been an adventure, and your patience and understanding have been deeply appreciated.
It really has been worth every bit of it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Designer Jeanese Rowell left her art in San Francisco, transforming a trio of rooms into unique showplaces where Tim and Ann can have fun with the family. Thanks for joining us on Designers Challenge. We'll see you next time when we put 3 more designers to the test. I'm Chris Harrison.
She's fine. She wants the chair. She doesn't want Natalie to sit in it. Oh, you want the tea set over by you? Okay.